put on your aprons and pour yourself a drink.
Undercover Jetsetter is giving you our favorite recipes that you can do quickly and easily.
They will think you are a master chef.
Hi everybody, cheers. This time we thought we would take you on a culinary journey to your kitchen and recap our easiest and most popular dishes.
Now, normally we take you to places and food around the world, but since we can't do that right now, we thought we would jet set with you at home.
So, we gathered together a bunch of our favorite recipes that are super easy, tasty, and fast. We begin with some binge watching dishes in case you are glued to your TV.
How about this chile verde? We got great feedback on this one.
And it is especially handy if you've got a leftover pork roast.
This is the easiest chili verde you will ever make.
You can whip it up in a short amount of time for pennies.
Now, if you have leftover pork loin roast, this is the easiest and cheapest way to go.
And it's great for that leftover stage of a pork roast that can sometimes be kind of dry a day or two afterwards.
This dish will keep it moist, juicy, and delicious.
Now, pork loin is cheap, so if you don't have leftovers, simply roast a pork loin in the oven or the slow cooker.
Then slice up the pork into cubes or shred it. It doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, it is better if the pieces are different sizes and shapes.
You'll also want an onion and a few garlic cloves, both roughly chopped.
Plus a 40-ounce jar of green chili sauce. We use the Hatch Valley Flame Roasted sauce from Costco. It has a medium heat.
But anything you have on hand will work.
Saute the onions and garlic in olive oil for about 7 minutes.
Now, here's the hard part. Add all the pork pieces, then cover with the entire jar of chile verde sauce.
Lower the heat and simmer for about 20 minutes. And you're done.
Serve with rice and or tortillas of your choice.
This chili verde has a nice kick of spice and heat. It's perfect in chilly or warm months.
And remember, you can tone down the heat by using a more mild salsa.
So take care of each other, and we hope we've helped you share some food love with your family.
Stay safe and stay healthy, Jetsetters. Now, for having such few ingredients, it's very flavorful.
And depending on the heat of the salsa you use, it can have quite a kick. Now, let's keep binge watching with an Asian feel.
That is healthy, too.
Here's another super easy recipe for you, and this one has a kick. It's salmon with a Thai chili sauce.
And you bake the whole thing in a foil packet.
So it's simple to make, and the cleanup is a breeze.
Now, first, you'll want to make the chili sauce, and you probably have everything already, so no shopping required.
Mince 2 to 4 garlic cloves into a bowl, then add 1 lime, freshly juiced.
Then add 1 tablespoon of minced ginger. You can use the jar version, which is what we did, or freshly grate some of your own if you have ginger on hand.
Next, add 2 tablespoons of chili sauce. We like to use the Calabrian chili sauce, but any chili sauce will do, along with 2 tablespoons of soy sauce.
Now, if you don't have reduced sodium, that's fine. Just use whatever you have on hand.
And finally, add a teaspoon of sriracha.
Now, use more or less depending on the heat. Just remember, you already have a good bit of heat from the chili sauce.
Then whisk away to infuse all the flavors together.
Now make individual squares from aluminum foil. Be sure to have enough foil to cover the salmon and extra for folding over. Then place each salmon in a foil piece on a baking sheet.
Drizzle the chili sauce over the salmons in the foil. Then fold them over to form a tightly sealed little foil packet.
Place into a preheated 375-degree oven and bake for 12 to 15 minutes.
If you like your salmon on the rare side, go with the 12 minutes. If you like more well done, go with 15.
Take the packets out and serve immediately with sides of your choice.
And voila, tasty Thai salmon in about 20 minutes, including cleanup.
The dish is very flavorful with a good spicy kick, which you can adjust based on your preference.
Even non-salmon lovers will enjoy this. Stay safe and healthy, Jetsetters.
Now, that is another spicy dish, but you can customize it to the heat that you want.
All right, now, so both of those were relatively quick, but when we come back, we will get even quicker.
Welcome back. This episode is all about our fastest and easiest recipes so you can safely jet set at home, and don't forget to check out our other wine and cocktail videos to go with these dishes.
Now, many of you want to enjoy great food with some great TV binge watching.
Now, we have some super speedy recipes. How about this binge watching pizza?
It takes less than 20 minutes.
We have another binge watch dish for you. This is the binge watch pizza.
It is tasty and fun, as well as so quick and easy. We begin with a frozen 4-cheese pizza crust. This one is from Costco, but any will work.
It is gluten-free, but you would never know by the taste. It is as superb as it is inexpensive.
Next, we add a Classico traditional pizza sauce. The jar is about 16 ounces. For one pizza, you will use about half, 8 ounces.
Smother the crust, but make sure to leave a rim of cheese exposed. Otherwise, it gets really messy in the oven.
Next, take some fresh sliced mushrooms and place them on top of the pizza sauce. You don't need to saute the mushrooms.
Remember, you've got to watch a show, and it might be 2 or 3 seasons.
Next, chop up some red onions. Again, you won't have to saute them. Just spread them raw on the pizza.
We decided to go a little Polish, so we chopped up this kielbasa. Not too thick and not too thin.
You can use any kind of sausage that you have on hand. Spread the pieces on top along with the mushrooms and onions. Then you are ready to go with less than 10 minutes of prep.
Preheat the oven to 450 degrees. Cook time is 16 to 18 minutes.
We decided to pull it at 16 minutes, and it was perfect.
The kielbasa was hot and moist, while the onions and the mushrooms were al dente with a little crispness.
Cut the pizza and serve. Depending upon you and your dinner pal's tastes, you can add some seasoning if you like before you take a bite.
Now, we chose the Italian seasoning, which added to the melting pot of cuisines perfectly.
For a drink, we went simple again. We had a lemon vodka tonic. It has Deep Eddy lemon vodka with diet tonic.
The lemon played nice against the tomato, onion, mushroom, and kielbasa.
Now it's time to binge watch. Enjoy the show.
And it's easy with great tasting food needing little prep and effort.
Cheers.
Now, you thought that was quick.
How about this binge watching quesadilla done in minutes?
So you're binge watching your favorite show and you need to whip up something to eat.
Something quick and easy so you can concentrate on those 12 episodes.
Try the Jetsetter Binge Watch Quesadilla. It is simple and cheap.
But anyone with you will think you have psychokinetic powers.
Here's what you need. Grab your favorite tortilla rolls. We got spinach tortillas to stay on the healthy side.
Lightly spray or oil the pan, then place the tortilla in before grabbing your favorite salsa.
We got this peach pineapple chipotle salsa from Walmart. Spread about 2 tablespoons on the tortilla.
Then open a can of chicken. Now, we went to Costco for this, but you could also make fresh chicken and shred it up. Hey, we're trying to watch TV here.
Spread the chicken on the tortilla and then add shredded cheddar or American cheese. Place another tortilla on top and then cook on high heat for about 45 seconds. That's right, 45 seconds.
Flip it when it gets slightly brown. Cook for another 45 seconds, but watch it so it doesn't burn. Then you are done.
Cut it into 4 triangles. It can get a little messy, but who cares? We need to get back to those 12 final episodes before the next season airs.
Now, before you click watch, serve the gooey quesadilla with some more salsa.
And don't forget the guacamole. Feel free to get some pre-made guac at the store, or if you've had time earlier in the day, whip up the Jetsetter guacamole. Here's the site with our recipe that is also very easy.
Now, we know you will have time to do this, the Jetsetter Skinny Margarita. Here is the recipe for that.
Then chow down and watch away.
Mexican, quick, simple, and delicious. You've done stranger things than that, right?
Cheers.
Now let's say you want a special Epicurean meal that is almost as easy to prepare as those last ones. Well, we have that for you too.
You'll feel as if you are sitting at a table on the Champs-Élysées in Paris. That's when we come back.
Welcome back. We are taking you on a culinary tour of your kitchen with our most popular Undercover Jetsetter recipes.
Now, we've shown you the quickies. Here are some that are easy but will make you look like a gourmet chef.
Check out this French omelette with a fresh green salad.
Celebrate Bastille Day or any day with this quintessential French meal.
Now, you can enjoy this for breakfast, lunch, dinner, or even a midnight supper.
And it's delicious, or as the French would say, délicieuse.
Now, this is a typical meal for many French in their daily lives.
It's a simple omelette served up with a crisp green salad tossed in a Dijon vinaigrette.
But there's nothing simple about the flavor.
Here's how easy it is to make.
Now, start by making your vinaigrette.
Combine Dijon mustard with minced shallot, red wine vinegar, and olive oil in a bowl and whisk.
Then add chives, salt and pepper, and slowly whisk again to blend.
Set this aside while we make the omelet.
Now begin by beating your eggs. You'll want to have them out and at room temperature before you start.
And you want to use a fork, not a whisk, to beat the eggs. This eliminates extra air from getting in and helps the omelet cook more evenly.
Add in salt, pepper, and herbs de Provence.
Now, it's all about the flip and fold, which can be quite intimidating. Now, the key to this is using a good non-stick pan.
And also to first heat the pan on medium to high heat for about 2 to 3 minutes.
Then melt the butter and use a brush to spread it evenly all over the pan. Another key to an evenly cooked omelet.
Add the eggs into the middle of the pan so they spread to the sides.
Stir the eggs with a spatula until they are just about half set. It almost looks like scrambled eggs.
Scrape the sides and shake the pan to keep the omelet loose.
Reduce the heat, and when the omelet is soft, sprinkle the grated cheese into the middle.
We used Gruyere, but you can use any kind you want, like Swiss or anything else you have on hand. And let the omelet sit over the low flame for 1 minute.
Now comes the tricky part. Lift the pan slightly and pull it towards you. Then roll and fold this side of the omelet towards the center.
Next, roll and fold the other side towards the center to create a trifold.
Slide the whole thing onto a plate, and there you have your French omelet.
Garnish the omelet with chives on top. Toss the vinaigrette with the romaine lettuce and plate alongside the omelet.
Et voila! Serve it up with our French 75 cocktail, and you are good to go.
Bon appétit!
Of course, that is great for breakfast, lunch, brunch, or dinner.
Yes, and so quintessentially French, especially if you make that French 75 cocktail to go with it.
It definitely adds a bit of sophistication that way.
Now, how about this dish that you can do in all one skillet, and it will take you to the French countryside.
Looking for a taste of the French countryside that you can do quickly and easily?
Then try this honey mustard chicken with potatoes, all cooked in a cast iron skillet, which we used. You can also use an oven-proof pan.
It takes less than an hour. Everything you need is available at your local grocery store. Nothing fancy.
Now, we brought these chicken thighs from Costco.
Dry them off, then salt and pepper based on your taste.
Then add a tablespoon and a half of garlic powder.
In the heated skillet with olive oil, place the thighs seasoned on both sides.
Sear them for 3 minutes, then flip them.
Flip them and sear for another 3 minutes.
Then remove the thighs onto a separate plate. Keep the burner on.
Then add a tablespoon of minced garlic. Let it brown for about a minute.
Next, add 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard along with 3 tablespoons of whole grain mustard.
Add in a 1/4 cup of honey.
And then get some sizzle with 2 tablespoons of water.
Then stir and let it cook. Once it is brown and bubbling, add the small uncooked potatoes.
Stir the juices all over the potatoes, then put the seared chicken thighs back in.
Be sure to get the thighs all lubed up and then let them simmer for 2 minutes.
Next, put the skillet, or an oven-proof pan, into the oven at 400 degrees for 30 minutes.
Then take the skillet out and place raw green beans on top. Stir the juice onto the green beans thoroughly.
Now remember, you can also use broccoli, asparagus, or Brussels sprouts.
Cook for 15 more minutes, then take it out of the oven.
Check to make sure the chicken has no pink in the middle and the potatoes are fork tender.
Then enjoy. This is succulent and tasty, as the garlic, mustard, and honey pair perfectly with the dark meat.
Now for wine pairings, we chose this Costco New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc, and it was perfect.
This is an easy dish if you just came home from work and don't want a lot of fuss.
But you want a lot of taste.
I got to tell you, that dish is so good it reminds me of a cassoulet.
So true. And I love it that it is all in one pan. Makes for an easy cleanup.
Now, when we come back, the gourmet way to whip up some staple dishes.
And we show you an easy chicken soup and a cool burger. That's when we come back.
And welcome back. We all need some chicken soup and a burger once in a while, but we need to make it fun.
And here's how we make it easy and fun, Jetsetter style. First, the Jetsetter Easy Chicken Soup.
Feel like some healthy comfort food while you're at home? This easy and delicious chicken soup is super adaptable to what you want to put in it, as well as what you have or don't have on hand.
Now first you'll need some roasted chicken breast.
You can roast skinless, boneless chicken breasts and shred them yourself, or use a rotisserie chicken.
You can even use canned shredded chicken too.
Next, sauté the chopped onions, celery, and carrots in olive oil about 5 minutes and season with pepper and salt.
Adding garlic and chili sauce, or use red pepper flakes, whatever you like or you have on hand. Continue to sauté for about another 10 minutes until fragrant, soft, and translucent.
Pour in both chicken broth cartons. We like to use bone broth to amp up the nutrient factor, but you can use whatever you have on hand.
Then add in the shredded chicken breasts. Bring to a boil, lower the heat and simmer for at least 1 hour and up to 2 hours.
In the meantime, make a pasta of your choice in a separate pot. This trick keeps the pasta al dente as it doesn't cook inside the soup.
You could also make rice or just have the soup as is if you are going gluten-free or keto.
Cook the pasta for a few minutes less than the directions say, since you'll be pouring the hot soup over it and it will continue cooking.
Now to serve, place about a cup of pasta in the bottom of a soup bowl and add the soup to cover.
Top with a grated cheese of your choice. We went with Pecorino Romano, and enjoy.
If you have leftovers, store the pasta or rice separately from the soup.
And this again stops the pasta from absorbing the liquid in the soup and keeps it nice and firm.
Cheers!
Now that is really as simple as it gets.
And the rich flavors are all still there, like you spent all day cooking it.
And now we have a new twist on the burger.
We mix a little French blue cheese with a little Asian teriyaki for the teriyaki blue burger.
You have to try this, the teriyaki blue burger.
It is essential for summer grilling, but also year-round.
It's a combo of sweet, savory, and sour, and it's also very easy to make.
You will need 2 pounds of ground beef. Use a ½ cup of teriyaki sauce. For convenience, we suggest the Yoshida Original Gourmet Sweet and Savory.
Use 2 cups of grated or crumbled blue cheese. Mix together and then let it sit in the fridge for a couple of hours to marinate.
Now after, allow the meat to sit at room temperature before you make the hamburger patties. Cook on medium flame. Usually it's about 5 to 7 minutes per side for medium to medium rare.
When it's nearly done, take some chunks of blue cheese and put them on the top. Close the lid and let them melt. After you remove the burgers from the grill, let them sit for 5 minutes.
Now take your buns with butter and briefly toast on the grill.
Then get some leafy lettuce and tomato to round out the burger toppings.
Now we also added sautéed mushrooms and caramelized onions.
Have them on the side or make your teriyaki blue burger a tall one.
Now if you're gluten-free, skip the bun and go protein style. Wrap the lettuce around the burger and your toppings.
Notice we did not add any condiments. You really don't need any.
Now for wine pairing, we suggest lighter wines because the pungent blue cheese might sour a heavier red like a Merlot or a Cab.
So we went with the trusted standby, the Kirkland Carneros Pinot Noir.
And for a white, the Simi Valley Chardonnay. It has a nice vanilla back that works perfectly with blue cheese.
Don't be afraid to whip up a big batch of these burgers because they make great leftovers the next day.
Enjoy!
Now those are perfect for grilling on a summer afternoon.
Now, I love the idea of the sweet teriyaki and the tangy blue cheese. Yum!
Now we hope you enjoy those recipes. Tell us what you think. You can find them all on undercoverjetsetter.com/recipes. If you have a good one to share, let us know.
And you can do it right here in the comments, or you can also reach us on Facebook or Instagram at Undercover Jetsetter, and also on Twitter at UCFoodieTV.
Now, we are shooting this episode in the midst of the coronavirus pandemic. We know it is tough for many of us.
And we believe that sharing food and maybe a little wine or a cocktail can help make things better. So we hope that you found something here that you can look forward to. Stay safe and stay healthy.
Cheers.